So, what if I told you that the secret to making real, lasting change in your life isn't about doing more, but actually doing nothing at all? Yeah, I know, it sounds completely backward, but just stick with me here, because we're about to explore how true transformation really begins, not with all that frantic action, but with a deep, profound stillness.
I mean, does this sound familiar to you? That feeling that you're on this endless treadmill of self-improvement, constantly running, constantly pushing, but never actually reaching that place where you can just breathe? If you've ever felt that little nagging emptiness, even with all your hard work, then you are in exactly the right place.
So let's dive right in. Our first stop is what I like to call the madness of doing. And it's this idea that our constant busyness, our hustle, is really just like chasing our own reflection in the water. It's this frantic and, ultimately completely self-defeating race. From the moment we're kids, we're basically hypnotized by this one idea. Productivity means your success and stillness means your failure. We hear it all the time, right? Don't just sit there, do something. So we start running. And a lot of the time, we don't even know where we're running to. We just know we're terrified of standing still. There's this amazing story from Osho that just nails this idea. Imagine a man who sees his reflection in a river and decides he has to catch it. So he jumps in, he starts thrashing around, chasing it. But the more he struggles, the more the water gets disturbed and his reflection just shatters into a million pieces. It's only when he's completely exhausted and he finally just gives up and stops that the water becomes calm again. And right there, his reflection appears, perfectly whole and clear. It's such a powerful idea, isn't it? Sometimes our own effort is the very thing creating the chaos we're trying to fix.
Okay, so if we kind of know deep down that all this running around isn't working, why is it so hard to just stop? Well, that brings us to our next point, the fear of silence, and the real hidden reason we're so hooked on being busy.
Well, here's the tough pill to swallow. We're not running because we love the race. We're running because we are absolutely terrified of what we're going to find when we stop. Busyness has become our favorite drug, right? It's our number one escape from the one thing we try to avoid at all costs, simply meeting ourselves in the quiet.
And our minds? Oh, they are so clever at this game. They'll invent 100 new projects we have to start right now. They'll get us lost in planning some perfect future or, endlessly reliving and polishing up old memories. We set goal after goal, always chasing that next hit of self-improvement. We'll do literally anything to avoid the discomfort of just being right here, right now, in the silence.
So, what's the way out of this whole mess? Well, it's something beautifully paradoxical. The power of nothing. This is where we're going to flip the script and reframe doing nothing, not as being lazy, but as a really powerful, really conscious act of stillness.
So what in the world is non-doing? It's not about being passive or doing nothing at all. Not at all. It's about taking action that flows from a place of being, a place of calm, not from a place of fear. It's that feeling of dropping the inner tension, that constant I have to, and just allowing things to happen.
And I really want to make this crystal clear. This is not about laziness. They are not the same thing, not even close. Laziness is heavy and dull. It's an escape. It's like falling asleep mentally. But this conscious stopping we're talking about, it's vibrant. It's totally alive. It's not an escape. It's a confrontation with reality. It's about waking up, not checking out.
Just imagine for a second that your mind is like a pond. When it's all churned up with thoughts and worries and effort, the reflection of the moon, your inner clarity, is completely shattered. But the second the pond becomes still, the reflection of the moon is perfect and whole again. See, you don't have to create clarity, you just have to stop creating the disturbance.
So what actually happens when we lean into this stillness? What does that life even look like? This is what I call life without the doer. It's a state where you're not forcing life anymore. You're just letting existence flow through you. It's a really subtle shift, but it changes everything. The doer, that's our ego, right? The part of us that's always stressed, always trying to control things, always taking credit. It starts to just dissolve. And what's left is just the doing. The action is still there, but the struggle, the tension, the ego trip, that's all gone. There's this beautiful quote that just says it all. The dancer disappears, only the dance remains. You know that feeling when you're just completely in the zone, in a state of flow. You're not consciously trying to dance, you just are the dance. The music is moving through you and the action become one and the same. Or think of it this way, you become like a hollow flute. It's the emptiness inside the flute that actually allows the music to be played. When you start to empty yourself of all that ego and that constant striving, you suddenly become this open channel for the music of existence to just play through you.
Okay, that's all beautiful philosophy, right? But how do we actually do this? How do we make this real in our crazy, busy lives? Well, this is your invitation. It's time for your sacred pause. So here's my invitation to you. It's a little 7-day experiment. That's it. For just 10 minutes every morning, find a quiet place to sit and just breathe. Feel what's happening in your body. Watch the thoughts that come and go in your mind. And this is the secret sauce right here. Don't interfere. Don't try to improve anything. Don't judge it. Just watch. And if you do that, you'll find that stillness just kind of arrives all by itself. And that's really the core of it all. The radical act of doing nothing ends up changing everything. Why? Because fundamentally, it changes you. The moment you shift your inner world from a place of tension to a place of stillness, you'll be amazed at how your outer world starts to transform right along with it. So I'm just going to leave you with one final thought to chew on. What if everything you're chasing so desperately, everything you're struggling for, is actually waiting for you in the one place you've been avoiding this whole time? What if it only arrives the moment you finally stop?